All right. Good morning and welcome back to the Asia and the UK sessions combined. First trading day of the week, 12th of March 2018, and it is 2:30 AM Eastern, or you might be watching at 1 PM Indian Standard Time. As usual, we'll begin today's session with the regular four instruments, that is Euro, Dollar Index, Nifty 50, and the Dollar INR. At least three of them we can touch base with. So let's get started. Before that, I need to read out the disclaimer. As a general practice, nothing else. It says, dear traders and or investors, brothers, please be aware that this channel sessions uh, are solely for the purpose of education and specifically the counts, trend lines, Fibonacci ratios, and support resistances. Uh, any potential direction discussed here should not be considered as any form of personal or professional solicitation to trade or invest either in the forex, equity, or any other segment. These are specifically for the purpose of spreading awareness and to help you take all of us take informed decisions. Uh, I humbly request you to look into your personal risk aptitude and also take your financial advice if required before putting any of the above discussions to personal use. Okay. Also, please be aware that trading forex or any other margin instruments should never be considered as a fixed return on investment. It's not a fixed or FD sort of investment. And be aware that the trading into such markets can be very risky, and sometimes you can lose more than what you have invested as a margin. If you have any doubts or queries, please do comment on any videos or write to me, so that I'll be more than happy to get back to you on any questions that you have. Okay, the first instruments up on your screen is the Euro USD 4-hour chart. We have already touched base with the daily chart. Now the big question is, has for this week or maybe for the remainder of March, is going to be like whether or not Euro USD has formed a meaningful top or resistance at 25.55. That's the big question, which most of the traders, now we can never say 100% that this thing has happened. Okay, so let's please look into the probabilities now. Interesting scenarios are looking to be seen ahead, maybe in this week or the coming weeks for this month. An immediate trend line was breached, I think, last week, and also support as the price level 2200 was taken out. All right, with these two basic steps being complete, at least one thing can be derived with more probability and more confidence, is that bears are registering themselves, or they might have just registered themselves, and declaring that yes, a potential meaningful top is in place around the 25.55 mark. That should be acting as a very strong resistance for any rally or any attempt of rally. I would put it in that perspective. Now the second question: what what should what should one expect, or what can one expect out of the price action, and what could be the ideal range or resistance? If you have been watching these videos all through the last week, we were talking and discussing about the resistance being found at the backside of the past support, which is now acting as a resistance trend line, and that's exactly what has happened. It has tested the backside around the 24.45, just shy of the 24.50 mark, and then reversed very sharply. Right. And the two wave counts actually. Let's look into them. It's not actually two wave count. There's one wave count and the other one is an alternate. We can really assume that the first wave is ready. Those who are joining fresh, a very warm welcome to you all, brothers, and feel free to go through the videos, educational videos. I mean, each session that we are discussing here, they are based on the wave principle and the Fibonacci ratios and the support and resistances and the trend lines, etc. And the videos for them has already been uploaded a couple of months back. And watch out the educational playlist. There are about 15 videos, and the remaining are the practical case study sessions, which are being held or taken around these times, 2:30 AM Eastern, Monday through Friday, unless there is any change in the schedule. But we see to it that we meet at least once a day around these times. Alright, 4 instruments we are discussing very regularly, but then, as I said, Bitcoin, Dow Jones will be coming and going. I mean, we'll at least touch base with these 2 instruments once a week. Alright. So stay tuned and stay subscribed if you are wanting to have any interest in knowing what are the wave counts most likely to appear in the instruments that we just listed out. Okay, so wave 1 looks to be ready, and let's also say if it is wave 1 or A. It could be 3 waves as well. Now, the subsequent rally after that, I mean, after hitting 2150 lows, and the subsequent rally has turned out to be ABC. Okay, most probably it is an ABC. So let's do that. So if it's an ABC, and we can go ahead and print wave 2 over there, and of course it would also be wave B of the capital A of After capital A, it could be capital B as well. And what has happened now is this could be wave 1 of 3, and then we might be having wave 2 of 3 and subsequent lows after that. So this is scenario number 1, which looks to be more probable right now. But so if this scenario is correct, then ideally prices should stay below 2445, 2450 levels. What could be the alternate? We need to be prepared about the alternate wave count as well. So a humble proposal for an alternate count could be wave 1 is the common part, that is in both cases. Instead of the second wave terminated here, wave 2 can take a more complex form, and it can do something like that. Around the 2475 mark, it could push through the 2475 mark, again the backside of the trend line, make a retest, or it's also like falling in line exactly with the left shoulder of the potential head and shoulder that we have discussed. It's not necessary that it goes and prints exactly around the left shoulder, but you never know. I mean, that could be an alternate count. So be prepared for a snap rally through the 2475 mark. How do you make sure? There's no criteria to make sure whether the prices are going to go there or not. Very simple strategy could be watch out for all the opportunities that you're getting on the north side to maybe then look to be on the sell side. Could be that could be the risk, that is the 25-55 mark, until prices, this statement can be more valid. I mean, that's more a wise statement, is that till the time prices remain below 25-55, I think, or the charts are telling, or maybe carving out, whether it's going to carve out yet another lower top, or a top is in place, but till the time prices stay below 25-55, more or less bears would like to be in control and take control back in a very formidable manner. Right. So either a general conclusion, either a lower top is carved, or it's just about to go and carve around the 2475 mark. All right, that is euro. Now, if we closely look at the dollar index, then the alternate scenario that we discussed in the euro looks to be more probable. There is no criteria to confirm that it's going to go towards 2475, but sometimes, since both are running exactly opposite, dollar index and the euro USD, sometimes you can generally make out from the way price action is moving that one instrument is going and hitting the 61.8% mark. Around the same time, the other instrument is hitting the 78% mark. All right. Now this is what I was trying to say. Again, minimum required steps are complete here as well. Step number 1 was a break above the resistance trend line, and the step number 2 was break above the price resistance as well. All right, there you are, 90.90, break above that price resistance of 90.60 is complete. So and then conventional head and shoulder inverted is also being potentially seen. Right now, it remains to be seen whether a higher low is already being carved out, or prices will go and print yet another low. All right. As far as the wave counts are concerned, that is wave 1, which was an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then, what do you think? Could be wave 2 here, or since the movement is corrective, that could be an impulse 5 waves, 5, 3, and 5. So I would like to just give a benefit of doubt that the second wave might not yet be terminated. It would want to go and terminate a bit lower around the 89.20 mark. And as far as the Fibonacci retracement levels are concerned, there you are. You can witness that the dollar index has found support at the 50%. Now there's no criteria to say that it cannot take a bounce at 50% and proceed further. All right, but there's just a bit of chance left for the dollar index to drop lower towards the 61 point. It's not about chance, but the wave counts might also be hinting the same. That is 5 waves impulse, and then 5, 3, 5. All right. So watch out for the next support as well around the 89.27 region, which could be a very strong support for the dollar index. General strategy, or a very general statement which holds more weight could be till the time prices stay above 88.27. We should be looking for bulls to remain in control. That is just a corrective drop, a retracement. If 89.40 doesn't break at all, that means it is already formed or carved a higher low, and that prices should be looking to go on the north side. So head and shoulder scenarios into play for the euros and for the dollar index. Euro straight head and shoulder, dollar index inverted head and shoulder. Just remains to be seen if yet another low could be forming for the dollar index, and then vice versa, yet another high could be forming. Of course, a lower high for the Euro USD. Alright, so watch out for that scenario, brothers. Meanwhile, let's have a look at the counts for Nifty 50 now. I think Nifty is neatly following. I mean, it's taking a lot of time. Each time I try to bring up Nifty on this chart. Let us wait for a few more seconds. by the time Nifty is coming up, I would like to thank you all for staying subscribed in this channel and also helping spread the word to those of your friends or colleagues who you think would be benefited out of these sessions. Okay, so that's the Nifty 4-hour chart on your screens at this point in time, and mostly, I mean, we are not much concerned about what happened in the past, but uh, that was wave 4 of the last proposed wave, and supposedly a wave 5 seems to have now, with more confidence, has got terminated right there. So let's print wave 5 over here around the 11,200 mark. Alright, now I'm pretty sure we're all interested in what's happening right now and what could be the potential output in the coming sessions. Everybody is just talking about, okay, Asian markets are up and running fine in the green because of the job data that came out on Friday and things, blah blah, all the fundamentals news. I mean, it could be, it could be put into that perspective, but I mean, if you were there with me on Friday, we were already expecting a counter trend rally for Nifty to continue taking place, right? And that's what is happening. So for us, everything is just about the counts. The more closer we are to the counts that are being presented by the market, not by us actually. It's not about what we think about, it's just about what markets are telling us. A story is what is important. So that is the first leg on the 4-hour chart. That was the first leg, sorry. And then a counter trend rally, a neat little head and shoulder was seen there, and then a continued push lower towards third wave termination point, just around the 10,300 mark, and then the consolidation ABC. Let's do it that way. The first leg of the consolidation, A, B, and C. It could be a WXY as well, but let's not complicate matters. I think it is a 333, so it could be a WXY as well. And then what it is doing right now is probably it has terminated into the fifth wave, and if this count is correct, all right, this is what we did last week. We have wave 1 or wave A in place, and that is a bearish impulse. The entire drop from the 11,200 kind of levels through the 10,100 levels, that seems to be a bearish impulse after a long time. If you're very new, if you're not knowing what could be what is the structure of a bearish impulse, this is what it is. It is 5 down, 1 2 3 4 and 5. That is what is an impulse wave, and since it is dropping, that's a bearish impulse, right? Impulses are always on 5, the count of 5, which we just labeled here. You can see the analogical analogy of the structure as well. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Ideally, after 5 waves are done, one can expect a 3-wave corrective rally. Please remember, corrective rallies are always unfolding into 3 waves. They never unfold into 5 waves. Alright. So if we go by the book or the rule here, then we were already expecting Nifty to rally around the 7th or 8th of May, before we just went into the weekend, and a 3-wave corrective rally can take us around the 10,600 mark, or maybe just about the 10,800 mark. You should be watching out, brothers, if you're wanting to know the wave counts, potential wave counts in Nifty for the next few sessions. You should be watching out for this rally to go through around 10,650 or maybe 10,800 levels. Believe it or not, that should unfold as a corrective rally and should not be taken as a rally which is going to form a new high. I think the charts are clearly telling us a story that a meaningful top is just in place around the 11,200, just about 200 mark. So you should be very careful if you are on the long side. I mean, don't get carried away of the rally which is happening right now. Right, watch out for resistances around the 10,650, 10,800 mark. And most probably, if this wave count is correct, then bears should be back again. Alright, brothers, so it's almost 30 minutes into this session now. We'll touch base with the dollar index, dollar INR, sorry, in the next story. Just tomorrow around these times, 2:30 AM Eastern and 1 PM Indian Standard Time. So let's bring this session to a pause, brothers, and once again, as always, thank you for being a part, either online or watching it in an offline mode. And I'll be back again tomorrow during these times. Until then, stay tuned, stay subscribed, help me spread the word. Thank you as always, and good luck to your trades, and take care and God bless. Goodbye.